13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
Good morning, everyone. It's a cold start to what will be another beautiful day, but we do have a pattern change right around the corner. I'm going to have those details for you coming up.
Plus, a former Houston County educator now in custody, the latest on his arrest after turning himself in last week and the charges he now faces.
Plus, Bibb County leaders meet today to tackle several big money topics from allocations to renovations. Find out how many dollars could go to places like the food bank and resource center.
Well, good morning. What a beautiful sunrise right now over Dublin. You're looking live. It's now 6:30 on this Tuesday, November 9th. I'm Caitlin Heck.
And I'm Wanye Reese. I'm feeling some good luck looking over the DUB.
I know, that's such a beautiful shot. And now while the weather, though, looks good, but it feels a little chilly outside, Courtney's certainly going to warm our hearts this morning with her Coffee with Court segment.
Yep, she is back on the road this morning, highlighting a coffee shop right here in downtown Macon. And every Tuesday this month, she'll put the spotlight on a different spot throughout central Georgia. At
Taste and See on Poplar Street, it's more than just coffee that keeps them grounded. Courtney, I hear you have a special guest with us this morning.
That's right. Yes, I do. In fact, I wish I would have brought one of my boxes from the studio with me because Kevin is 6'3" and I'm 5'1", so I'm currently on my tippy toes. But anyway, so this is Kevin Reeves. He's the owner of Taste and See. Thank you for waking up with us this morning.
Absolutely.
Now, y'all have been open for a little while. How long have you been open for?
8 years we've been here. 8 years, yeah.
Very good.
And this was a dream that we've had for probably 9.
Right.
And, you know, it was just something we wanted to do and bring something that felt like home. You know, it's most people when they walk in here, all the warm wood and stuff. And we got the idea from traveling so much out west. So it's been a great thing. So, yeah.
And we've been kind of talking about it through the morning show. Not only are you a coffee shop, you have a little bit of an extra twist here. Tell me about how you kind of incorporated faith into your coffee shop as well.
Yeah, I think naturally, you know, the values that are instilled in you and how you're raised not only spill into your everyday life, but also the businesses you run. And so naturally we're believers and have been all our lives, and our families are. And naturally we wanted to be a Christian coffee house.
Right.
And so it's unique in that respect. And, you know, we've just enjoyed serving the community. So it's been great.
Very good. And it is a wonderful, beautiful shop. Thank you so much. We're going to make a cup of coffee in a little bit.
All right, awesome.
Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Now that I got my calf workout for the day on my tiptoes, let's talk about the weather, shall we? Really a beautiful shop. I know you can see all the wood behind me. It's stunning. So let's talk about what's going on out there for the start of the day. It's cold, but a beautiful morning. I can't physically see the sunrise, but from what I've been told, it's another gorgeous start to the day. So enjoy the view. If you take any pictures this morning of the sunrise, send it my way. We'd love to see them. Temperatures out there, though, in the 30s and 40s, so be sure you're bundling up for the start of the day. If you are heading to a coffee shop this morning to grab a cup of coffee, you'll need it hot. Now, as we go through the day today, temperatures are going to warm pretty quickly. We're going to continue to see a lot of sunshine. So by lunchtime, we'll already be near 70 degrees, and we'll top out in the mid-70s for the afternoon. So actually a little bit above average for where we should be for this time of year temperature-wise, but enjoy that while it lasts because some very cold air is on the way, and that's thanks to a cold front. In fact, one of about 2 on the way this week. I'll have all those details in my full forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Courtney. Right now, a former Houston County educator sits in jail facing child molestation charges.
According to Captain Randy Dykes with the Houston County Sheriff's Office, 40-year-old Joshua Mason turned himself in last Friday.
Now, investigators arrested him on charges of child molestation and aggravated child molestation, but Banks says the charges have nothing to do with Mason's job or the school where he worked. Mason
was the assistant principal of discipline at Northside High at Warner Robins. Houston School spokeswoman Jennifer Jones says he resigned last week.
Well, this morning, a Florida teen is now safe after investigators found her about an hour away from where someone reported her missing. The case has ties to Central Georgia as the Upson County Sheriff's Office led the investigation. Investigators say someone reported the 16-year-old Florida high schooler missing Sunday morning. It came after no one saw her at roll call during a JROTC field trip at a scouting base around Upson County. The county sheriff says investigators used cell phone data to find the teen safe in Phoenix City, Alabama. The sheriff says authorities expect to charge a man with interstate interference with child custody. We don't know who he is yet.
This morning, testimony could begin in the murder trial for a man accused of shooting and killing a Milledgeville teen last year. Jury selection got underway yesterday for DeQuanis Parks. He's accused of murdering 16-year-old Cortez Jones back in June of 2020 at the Milledgeville Manor apartment complex. Investigators say they found Jones's body on a path between the apartments and McKinley Street. He'd been shot several times. Parks faces a murder charge and 2 counts of aggravated assault. District Attorney T. Wright Barksdale says he expects testimony to begin today in Baldwin County Superior Court. All right, let's get you to 4 other headlines from across the state we're following. This morning, prosecutors continue presenting their case in the trial in the death of Ahmaud Arbery.
And that is according to our station in Jacksonville, Florida. They say court picks back up at 9 this morning. Yesterday marked day 2 of the trial in Brunswick, which started after more than 2 weeks of jury selection. The state called 2 witnesses yesterday, including a Glynn County police sergeant and the first officer to respond to the shooting. Father and son Greg and Travis McMichael and William Roddy Bryan face murder charges in connection to Arbery's 2020 shooting death. They have pleaded not guilty. And a Henry County officer is now dead days after someone shot him as he responded to a domestic call in McDonough. The Henry County Police Department shared the news on Facebook last night. They ask you to keep 38-year-old Officer Prahansis Desai's family in your thoughts and prayers through the terrible tragedy. They will announce funeral arrangements later. Someone shot the officer last Thursday. Now, police identified 22-year-old Jordan Jackson as a suspect wanted in connection to that shooting. Right now, investigators are still looking for him. There is a $30,000 reward for information leading to his arrest.
Hours before that officer's death, a similar story unfolded in Jackson County. A Jackson County deputy died yesterday, days after someone shot her as she responded to a domestic call. The sheriff posted the update yesterday on Facebook about Deputy Lena Marshall, saying they provided more details on funeral arrangements once they are made. The sheriff says someone shot Marshall on Friday night. Well, people in Atlanta can now leave their face masks off when they walk inside most places. Yesterday, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms announced she's lifting the city's mask mandate. It required people to wear a mask indoors in public places. And she cited Atlanta moving to the green zone for COVID-19 as the reason for dropping the mandate. Those zones deal with case and hospitalization averages and test positivity rates. While the mayor lifts the citywide mandate, Bottoms says they will still require people to wear a mask in all city buildings.
In other news, some of you in Milledgeville will be without water for part of the morning. The city says it's because crews need to connect a new water meter to the water system. It's part of phase 3 of the city's water and sewer system transfer. Milledgeville says crews will temporarily cut off water service to customers on P.A. Johns Road, Chumley Road, and Yacht Club Road. It is set to happen from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. today.
Today, Macon Bibb County commissioners are meeting to talk about some big dollar items. That includes a plan to set aside over $500,000 in COVID-19 money to expand the Middle Georgia Community Food Bank. County leaders are also discussing possibly putting $375,000 into renovations at the Brookdale Resource Center. They'll consider putting over $250,000 of SPLOST funds into building a convenience center for solid waste disposal. County leaders, they will meet at 9 this morning. The time is now 6:38 a.m. Courtney, I'm interested to taste and see what you're doing down there on Poplar Street.
Yes, and we will taste and see around 6:47 or so when we're going to make a cup of coffee. And y'all, we've already seen the Christmas lights are starting to go up here on Poplar Street, so we're probably going to make something a little bit Christmassy. I know a lot of you already in the Christmas spirit, and it's feeling more like Christmas time out there for the start of the day today. Be sure, if you do have a cup of coffee in your hand this morning, you'll want it hot. I know there are some people out there who are religiously devoted to iced coffee, but that'd be a little bit too cold with all the cold weather that's already out there. So be sure you have a hot cup of coffee as you head out the door this morning. Temperatures are in the 30s and 40s, but a beautiful start. Another glowing sunrise out there to start the day. You can see that there on top of the Fred Roberts building and Dublin. Lots of beautiful glowing sky to go around. Barely any cloud cover out there for the start of the day, but while it looks beautiful, if you don't like the cold, it doesn't necessarily feel beautiful out there. Again, temperatures area-wide in the 30s and 40s. Now, as we go through the afternoon today, we'll go from being several degrees below average to start the day to several degrees above average. We're supposed to be around 71 this time of year. We'll head into the mid 70s, and we'll do the same thing tomorrow, but we will be a little warmer for the morning. Still cold, so have the jacket, but warmer than what we're experiencing this morning. Then Thursday, that's when we introduce that rain chance. So there's that pattern change that is going to be right around the corner for us here, and that's going to be thanks in part to a cold front, one of several on the way over the next 7 days, actually. So our front right now that is going to be on the way for Thursday, that's just off to our north and west. High pressure is in control for us today. That area of high pressure, it's going to give us that beautiful day today and tomorrow with lots of sunshine and nice and warm with temperatures in the mid 70s. But that is going to play a role in our change to our pattern just slightly. As we go through the next few days, high pressure is going to push off the coast. And we talk about that a lot. Where high pressure is situated here in the southeast makes a huge difference to our forecast. And what it's going to do because of the way high pressure rotates, it's going to pull in wind out of the southeast. And of course, what's off to our south and our east? The Atlantic Ocean. That's going to pull in some more moisture and ultimately allow for a few showers as we head into Thursday morning. And everything will move from south to north ahead of that front. So a few showers are possible for your morning drive as we head into Thursday. But then our front, that starts to approach as we head into the evening hours. And it'll more than likely, especially since the sun sets so early now, it'll move through after the sun sets during the later evening when most of us are already home from work and school for the day. So you won't have to worry about running into that for the commute home, but you still could run into a stray shower for that commute home. Could have a couple of heavier downpours, not expecting any severe weather, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder as well. Now behind that front, temperatures are going to drastically drop. We are going to only have temperatures near 60 through the weekend with very cold mornings, and even beyond the 7-day, the Climate Prediction Center says we're going to have temperatures well below average here across the southeast, not only here in Georgia. And that's because we'll have another front trail quickly behind. We'll get a piece of a front to roll through right behind our first front that's moving through on Thursday, but then it's the second one that'll be on the way by the start of next week. That front could bring some winter weather to parts of the plains and the northeast, but for us, we're not even going to have any rain. The reason for that, because we're going to be so dry out ahead of that front, it's not going to have any moisture to take advantage of, but it is going to drastically drop our temperatures. In fact, some models are thinking we could maybe see our first freezing temperatures. I know we've already had a few of those here in central Georgia in some spots, but it does look like we have that potential behind that last front to head into the low 30s area wide. Now, a look at your 7-day forecast, it looks like this, a beautiful next couple of days. We'll have temperatures in the mid 70s as we head into today and tomorrow. We'll be in the low 70s Thursday, but we're going to add rain to the mix, of course, starting in the morning, and that front moves through in the evening, maybe a stray lingering shower Friday, and then we're cold through the weekend with mornings in the 30s and 40s and highs only in the upper 50s and low 60s. And we'll keep that going into the start of next week.